be back in my comfort zone, but I hate my job too much, so I should try new things. Okay. I made over my dining room into my home office. Work still sucks, but now I can aesthetically sulk. This makeover was 60% painting, 40% dancing breaks and using random home tools as microphones, and 100% not knowing what I was doing / regretting all the decisions in my life. This dining room, soon to be home office, is located next to the kitchen with a counter area, and there are sliding doors to the right that goes out to the backyard, and a fireplace dividing it from the living room. First line of attack is this fireplace, which like many things in life is fine, but could also be a lot better. I vacuumed with Hades the Dirt Devil because I haven't made it in life enough to own that effortless wireless Dyson vacuumer. Mopped the fireplace and will be priming it with the Bare Masonry Bonding Primer. It has this watered down milk consistency, but it is supposed to help the paint adhere to the stones better. One coat later, I used about 10% of the primer on the fireplace and the rest just dripped on the floors. But the fireplace is now ready to be painted and has a milky but smooth residue on it. Day 2, painting day. I'm going in with the same line of Bare Masonry paint number 280 white, and I probably wasted like 5 hours looking at all the slightly unnoticeable differences between the whites on my laptop because I wanted a warm tint white that wasn't straight up purely white like all the organization charts of corporate companies. I'm going to name this rock because it's a pain in the butt just like my boss. If this was a foundation, she's definitely not full coverage. She's also had some sort of allergic reaction. Some of the stones for some reason have started turning brown. I'm thinking because I definitely didn't clean the surface well enough, but there's no turning back now, so we're just gonna hope for the best and do a couple more coats and it should be fine. 4 coats later and it is not fine. So I'm gonna go in with the spray paint I have lying around because I think it'll help get into the cracks better and help with the discolored stones. A bad idea. Now, not only are there brownish discolored stones, there's also 50 different shades of white, and I think I've lost all my brain cells now that I had that many to begin with. After contemplating moving out, I went to Lowe's and overshared my painting and life struggles with a nice old man, and he recommended the Valspar Stain Blocking Bonding Paint. We are painting, dun 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 dun. Abracadabra, abracadabra, please let this be the last paint. In total, I did 14 coats. This does not reflect the quality of the products used, but more my lack of skill. Oh, it's done! More jazz hands, jazz hands, jazz hands. It's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done, it's done! So the white is way more even now, which is really, really nice. The only thing is there's a lot of drops from me putting way too much paint, but you know, I guess it'll look like the wall's crying just like me all the time, so it's fine, we'll match. Now I have to figure out what I want to do with this black hole that's sucking the life out of me, just like my job. We don't ever use this fireplace, so like all the problems in my life, I'm just going to cover it up and pretend it doesn't exist. The pegboard wasn't big enough, so I attached a spare wood plank I had that I wrapped with white contact paper and cut to size. I then attached the 2 boards together with a piece of metal plate and wired the board through the black curtains of the fireplace because earthquakes are a thing where I live. I did a quote/vision board on the right to help lower my blood pressure every time a baby boomer at work tells me, that's just the way it is. Ta-da! I'm more proud of her than my college degree, but I also said that about my breakfast burrito, so I guess the standard isn't really high. Now to the actual office part. I was inspired, basically almost exactly copied Becky from the Sorry Girls Giant Desk DIY. Because this dining room is rectangular, I wanted a big desk to fill out the room and to have enough surface area for my monitor, work laptop, personal laptop for YouTube in the background, all my snacks and foods and 10 side dishes, basically all the essentials. For the tabletop, Butcher Block was too expensive, so I settled for these 1x8 untreated pine board from Lowe's that were like $20 each. More important than quality was that it was the perfect light wood color I wanted. Because of the lower quality though, literally just me breathing or putting down my pen dents it. Following another Sorry Girls tutorial, I sanded the desk to get rid of the excessive dents from my 5 feet self trying to get this 8 feet plank into my car and then into this room. I then vacuumed and wiped it down and clear coated it 3 times with this other milk looking protectant liquid. After several days of waiting for it to dry, but mostly also losing motivation and just working on the floor, I attached 3 of these boards together with the same metal plate I used previously for the pegboards, and like that, we're done. I think adding wood glue would have definitely helped made it more sturdier, but that was way too much of a permanent move for my indecisive self. The final tabletop is 3x8 and big enough to hold all my worries and self-doubt about what I'm going to do with my life. The most challenging thing now is trying to flip this massive desk alone. I thought miming the physical actions would help me, but that did nothing whatsoever. But it's okay, because I'm an independent woman and also I feel like way too much of a burden to ask someone to just come over and flip this desk with me, so we're just going to go for it and hope this ginormous desk doesn't crush me like post-grad reality has crushed my hopes and dreams in life. So once I did manage to flip over the desk, I realized 1, these planks look just like how I cut my bangs in middle school. Very uneven, and 2, it's way too big. I removed one of the planks and have now become a professional desk flipper. Now for the rest of my ginormous desk, I'm using the IKEA Alex drawers and IKEA trestle as legs. I got all the wood for the shelf and the tabletop from Lowe's, and then I added legs to the drawers to match the height of the trestle, and voila, we have a big ass desk. In total, this desk costed me $83 and I got almost everything secondhand from OfferUp. For the office chair, I'm using this rattan chair I got for free on OfferUp, and I fixed it myself buying the cane from a local store for $12. Now, for the fun and most indecisive part, decorating, aka putting pretty things on display to collect dust. I bought everything over a long period of time, especially whenever I was stressed. Every time I got stressed at work, I would go to Target and all my stress would disappear, as well as the money in my bank account. But I always do like a background check on the items and tend to wait and purchase when it goes on sale, which is a low-key flex that I got it for cheaper, but also important to note that it's not necessary to buy expensive off-the-shelf things, but it's more important to live within your means. I added a papasan chair as a little reading corner, and for some reason, the 2 feet distance from my desk makes me feel like, okay, this is my relaxing, I have no worries, no cares, no concerns in the world corner whenever I needed a break. Another week later of placing things, standing back to look at it, and overthinking about the positioning of miscellaneous items for a day or two, here's my completed home office. I went for a minimal, warm and cozy with a bit of boho vibe. I chose pieces that would either distract me from my mind-numbing work, be usable in my dream home, or resellable if come 2 months in and I realize my life has no greater purpose and I'm gonna go teach English in a foreign country. Now actually after using it, a little less cute but still a good balance of functional and aesthetic for me. Got some bulky monitors and an ergonomic mouse because I don't exercise or eat healthy, but carpal tunnel, no thank you. I added a hook to the tabletop to organize my cords because apparently as an adult, those are the things I care about now. I also replaced the rattan chair because while it was aesthetically pleasing, it wasn't really butt comforting at all. And that's the evolution of my dining room into my home office.